Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ARMA League Season 4 Finals. Hanchans 3 and 4 begin just in the next minute. With you tonight is Veggie and Cheese once again. Cheese tonight will be running the games as well as commentating, so busy night ahead of you.
Should be much better since there's only one game.
That's true, yeah. Instead of, 6.
3. Well, yeah.
3 at a time. Yeah. So to get underway here, again, we'll just quickly review the current standings. As things stand right now, Crimson Wanderers with a big showing yesterday, 2 first places, including managing to overcome East 2 Kokushi Muso from Unwise Owl, managing to close the gap to first to roughly about 100 points, and having separated themselves from the other 2 teams, which are a fair bit back in 3rd and 4th now. So if we want to keep things closer going forward, we'll be looking for probably 2 firsts from either team tonight. I think if it gets split, it's probably going to leave things a little bit awkward. Like, there's still time, but yeah, it'll make the next week a lot tougher.
Well, getting a second if the opponent gets a 4th is also pretty sizable.
It's not too bad if that is the case. It's about 50-60 point swing, yeah.
Yeah, which is about half the gap.
Yeah, that's true. Alrighty, so game got underway. So we'll pop it open here. Tonight, we'll be watching a set Nikuman, Gwills, and Tanyao 1K. And then
I
the
think
next game, it's the same set except Cream instead of Gwills. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, basically every team except Tall Dreaming is going to be running the same player for both games tonight. Yeah.
It's not too uncommon to have something like that happen. I know when I was playing in the past, like I'd often take both games on a night or something like that. So, so let me just quickly update the seating. It's really awkward. That's unfortunate. Actually, no, it's not.
Yeah, just try to have a look at the stats of all these players, but nothing too special. I guess a lot of them have a slightly higher win rate than the average.
I mean, yeah, you'd expect that sort of having made it to here, I'd imagine. Like especially for teams of only like say like 3 players as well, 3 to 4 players, it's kind of hard to have someone severely underperforming. Okay, sorry, update. There we go. I wouldn't call it shame. You know, a second for Riichi Fingers still isn't bad in the grand scheme of things from last game.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that the team that was first was Crimson Wanderers, which is really the only team that was contesting Riichi Fingers at the time.
Yeah. It's not much you can always do about that. I mean, if there's a good match or things around, you at least made it super interesting. You know, it's hard to, I think from a commentating standpoint, you're like, oh, it's not over if there's a Yakuman that early, you know, because it's not, but, you know, usually it is.
Except when it's not.
Except when it's not. And then, yeah, that makes it interesting to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if Riichi Fingers like switches up the way they play. You know, we saw at least quite a few hands in yesterday. They were playing quite defensively, but now that this gap is shortened to 100, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like if you sit back on your laurels here, it invites a much closer competition than you might like. So you might need to play a little bit more offensively minded to try and go for a, you know, a knockout punch, as you will. Alright, but we should be underway here momentarily. And there we go.
So starting with Nikuman from Crimson Wanderers. Decent starting hand. You know, just your Pinfu with maybe upgrades to Itsu or Sanshoku.
Would like to try and find something to handle. Might be a little bit low value alpha wise. No Dora because it's the White Dragon here, which nobody has right now. We see 2 Arca in a set sand, so continuing into good flow. Gwill's pausing here. Hopefully they're not having issues.
Potentially.
I
see a lot of Sozu and Honors in Tanyao Wangei's hand, but starts off with the South discard. Doesn't limit to any kind of Hanetsu.
Yeah, might regret that. Luckily, the South now is 2 cut. You can still try and match up avatars, but yeah, I said Santin looks really good. Good flow. Again from Riichi Fingers early on. Definitely could contest Nikuman here, who is very rapidly approaching a Tenpai. Another good find here.
Yeah, currently Ishanten. We'll see if they want to drop a 9-pin and step back a bit and try to get like Tanyao and better shapes. Or are they going to commit to that Penshan? Okay, so they take like a halfway approach, dropping their pair of the 3 mans to confirm a San Menchan. But you know, if they draw along the Pinzu, they can drop the 9-8 pin.
Got the 4-5-6 Sanshoku possibility here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, we've got the pair needing to try and find that first. Tanya 1K still hedging a regular hand here. Would need to find a lot more Sozo now to go on it too. So yeah, I think we'll probably just see this head to some sort of regular hand.
Oh, unfortunate backfire there for Nikuman, dropping that 6-pin. Oh, okay, Ishan 10 once again for Estet.
Yeah, and this time you've got the complete assignment chance shape, so 8-pin here would be godly for a set.
Yeah, definitely. Or a 5-pin.
Or a 5 pin, yeah.
A 6-pin drawn back for
Yeah.
Nikuman. So let's get that Ipeco chance again. Gets a 3-so for a step, which is Tenpai. 5-pin discard. So it's Tanka an 8-pin for Tanyao Akatu.
Tanyao Sensation, it's not a bad starting hand. Not really willing to Riichi on the Tanki, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah.
9-pin cut from Gwills.
Yeah, a set might catch Gwills here, choosing to cut their Penchan shape.
Ishan 10 for Tanyao 1K. Oh, but yeah, that 8-pin. Oh, holds off on the 8-pin.
Could go cheat toy and wait on the 8-pin now.
True, that's probably why we saw the 2-so cut with one of them out. Oh, but now it was also Ishan 10 for a normal hand. So yeah, that 8-pin came out.
Yep, Tanyao Akatu. Good catch for a set. Hitting tail Dreaming and starting the Hanchan off with a tidy 5,000 point gain. So we now go to Gwills' first dealership. Paired the Chun and some other dragon tiles, so keeping them in hand for now, seeing where the hand might take them. Dora as well. Looking for, yeah, the Chun I just noticed are also in Nikuman's hand. Nikuman has another pretty quick hand here as well, but the Chun might end up slowing them down.
Yeah, I think it definitely will slow them down. That. No.
Not quite.
Locks in the 7-so pair. Hoping to draw like 2 of the Dora to fill both those Manzu shapes. Hatsu paired up for Gwills.
Hatsu paired up. The one white dragon has been drawn so far, otherwise has been discarded. There's the Hatsu, so I imagine this will be called.
Yep. And Ishan 10 for a step on that 7-pin draw earlier. Ooh, 5 pairs for Nikuman. Maybe a 6-pin. Yep.
It does come. His hand still could end up regular, but yeah. We'll see.
Will's not taking the Ishan 10, keeping the Shusangen or Daisangen alive.
Yeah, would be reliant on Nikuman choosing to cut that Chun pair, which at the moment doesn't seem likely. They do end up
not at all.
So, yeah. Well, it's fine. You just have to draw both remaining Haku. And that way you can get your Shosangen at least.
Oh, looks like it's dead past the tempo and the 2-pin Kanchan earlier.
Yeah, good catch.
Now gets offered the 2 Mandora Kanchan. But you don't have Tanya or pin 2, but he does take it.
So it would be Riichi Dora.
2 left in the wall.
This will make things a bit awkward for Gwills here now. He probably was going to end up cutting the 2-pin eventually. Sorry, 2-man. I mean, it
probably
depends on
wouldn't
how
want
the
to cut the
hand would have
Dora.
gone. But yeah, you wouldn't want to, but depending on how the hand went, might have happened. But yeah, now you're sort of stuck. You're going to have to wait for the 3-man.
So Tanyao 1K managed to drop his 1-pin pair and go for Tanyao. I'm calling this 2-so now. Tempo on the 3-man Kanchan, but Sumo from Estet, Riichi Sumo Dora, another 4,000 points into his pocket.
Yeah, good start here for a set. 2 Riichis and 1 Riichi, 1 win. The other door was a Dharma in the end. Again, waking up here, Akadora. Shapes
Decent
are,
shapes.
Yeah, the shapes don't look good right now, but there's a lot of acceptance.
probably will transition towards the Tanyao.
Yep.
One Dora for Tanyao 1K as well, but not that great shapes.
Yeah, the Sozo is all a bit awkward here. The Manzu's as Penchan. The triple Sumagiri right now feels a bit bad for them.
Not bad of a hand here for Nikuman, yeah.
Yeah, Akadora, Ekdora Acceptance.
4 pairs.
Yeah.
Can connect to the 5-pin.
Could get either way at this stage.
Yeah. And Grills with an East pair, decent shapes. Lots of acceptance.
Yeah.
Interesting 7-so cut there from Estet. I wonder why he didn't want to cut the 3-man instead. Could have had been Chitoi Ishan 10.
Rejecting Chitoi, as we've come to learn, is the Riichi Fingers mantra.
True.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be that, not wanting to go Chitoi on your dealership. I can personally understand that. But yeah.
South gets paired up by Tanya 1K. Unfortunately, already one cut. So he cuts the 1-so and floats the Itsu.
It's probably the most ideal outcome for this hand for Tanya 1K. This with the starting Sozo shapes are all kind of awkward to work with. Now you can cut the Penchan.
Yep.
Just waiting on a 7-so, which are all in hands now. And Dora for Nikuman here.
Ooh, that's a good draw. Should just see a 5-so. Yep.
Yep. Confirm the San Menchan.
7-pin will get cheat off by Estet. Still Ishan 10.
Yeah, so this was the issue with rejecting the Chitoi, is the hand pretty much only had one direction to go with the shapes that you had, in which you have to open up and call and go for Tanya. So that is what we're seeing here.
4-man Chi from Gwills going Artizuke on the east, which had already been one cut, didn't pawn it earlier. A 10 pie for Nikuman and getting the 369 so wait. So 1 3-so, 1 6-so, 2 9-sos.
And Grill's cutting his east pair now, so will be full fold.
4-man is not safe. Will we just see like maybe a 2-so? Suji? Yeah.
Yeah, 2-so Suji, and you then probably the 8 pins will be next, which are Dora Suji, which is always a bit uncomfortable, but...
Oh, but Tenpai, and does shove the 4-man. Oh, but
4-man just got
Gwills
passed by
dropped the
Gwills,
4-man.
yeah. Which was half Suji.
Actually, no, it was Genbutsu because Gwills cheated off from Nikuman.
Oh, yeah, of course, yep, you're right.
5-8, so an 8-so comes out from Gwills, Genbutsu to the Riichi.
Yep.
And another 5,800 Estet. So Estet winning all 3 hands of this Hanchan so far.
Yeah, and this one, a dealer retention as well. Off to a great start here. Keen to avenge Unwise Owl for their second place yesterday. Starting hand isn't bad as well, but yeah, Tanya 1K.
Yeah, look at Tanya 1K, double East, double Chun, and Dora 3.
Yeah, this is a fantastic starting hand.
And he's going to get the Chun pretty quickly, and he's got the rest of his shapes pretty much locked.
Yep. Imagine we'll see... I mean, the 3 pins are obviously going to be locked here. You're going to use the Arkadora in whatever comes first. So we'll probably see the Manzu come out next. No Easts have been drawn as of yet, but there's the Chun, as you mentioned.
And just like you said, the Manzu does come out. Oh, there's Easts.
That'll also come.
That really speeds up his hand.
Yep.
So, I was going to say if they can pick up the Aka 5 pin.
Yeah.
Can be a Hanuman. Obviously, you can also pick up the Dora for the Hanuman.
Mm-hmm.
But Nikuman with the Hatsu Pon here, also now in Ishan 10, so may ruin Tanyao 1K's Mangan.
Yeah, and that looks like Nikimon has had a couple decent draws between the pawns there. Sort of really cleaned up a couple of the shapes. And Will's paired up the north. Oh, sorry, anchored up the north.
Yeah, is the seat wind? Once he draws along the pins, his blocks will basically be set.
Mm.
Oh, once a pawn from Nikuman gives him Tenpai, waiting on the Kanchan 6 pin, one left in the wall, and I don't really see it coming out from either of the players.
No, it shouldn't come out from either player.
A 7 pin offered to Gwills. Can pawn? Will he greed and go for the Toy Toy? No, he takes the Tenpai on the 4-man 4, so Sham pawn. One of each left.
So yeah, we do see this hand pretty quickly speeding up here. Now, with the Grill's Tempai, now Tanya 1K is in a bit of danger.
Oh, if that 5-0 gets dropped by Estet, they'll get pawned, but the 4-0 will deal in.
Yeah.
But if Estet is, yeah, scared of that 5-0 dealing in, oh, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Nikimon keeping their Tempai, dealing into Gwills. We have a winner that's not a set in this Hanchan.
Yeah, if you win, you only get one Han.
Yeah, that's it. Does importantly take the dealership away, I suppose.
Okay, on to Tanya 1K's hand. One Aka.
Not,
Alright shapes.
Yeah, the shapes are decent. There's not much else going on apart from the Aka right now. There's a Dora.
Good find.
Yeah, it'll help the value a lot. We'll need to try and make use of it. Nikiman again has a pretty quick hand here as well.
Not much in terms of value there.
No.
Unless you can move towards the Tanyao. Does pick up a Dora, would like to connect to it though.
Mm-hmm.
Haku pair for Gwills and Chun pair now. 4 pairs.
4 pairs, so there's a couple couple choices if I don't want to take the hand. A set's hand is quite slow right now.
Yeah, lots of Kanchan, Penchans, and no value.
Yeah.
I saw a pin draw for Tanyao 1K, drops a 1-man, hoping towards move towards that Tanyao. Same for Nikuman here with that 3-pin draw.
Yeah, I feel like the one so is the most obvious discard here. But I suppose if you're thinking about Chitoy, you might want to keep it. But
I think actually he was most likely thinking of keeping it because it was Genbutsu against both Estet and Tanyao 1K.
Oh, but yeah, that's fair enough as well.
Meanwhile, Girls does get the Chun pawn, moving towards Tushan 10.
Tushan 10. Opportunities for Toy Toy, perhaps?
But yeah, not really the pairs you want.
Yeah, it's
the Toy Toy.
It's a bit tricky. Even the Haku, if it gets late enough, people might choose to not discard it. So if they do draw it instead, yeah. Now with the Aka 5-man, I think you just go for whatever comes first.
Ishan 10 for Nikuman here, with 5 pairs, so keeps the isolated 8 though because it would still give him Tenpai. But Haku now pawn for Gwills, Ishan 10. Hatsus are dead on the board, so no one has to be afraid of the Daison again.
Yep.
Ishan 10 declined by Estet.
So, yeah, the Ishan 10 declined. Gwills' hand looks like it could potentially be Pinzu Honitsu. So, we'll have to see if players hedge that way.
But instead getting back into Ishan 10 with the Tanyao Chance.
Yeah, founding the 7 pin as well as the 5 pin there. Closed
We'll
off
see.
some of those awkward shapes they had from the start.
We'll see if they maximize their Ikire here, but not. Wants to keep that safe north. Okay, 6-man Pond by Wills and does not take Tenpai. Going for the Toy. Both the 5-stars are still on the wall.
So they are.
Oh.
There's the sumo.
Yeah.
Would be interesting, I guess, if a set might have opened up if the Arca 5-man was offered. Wouldn't be the greatest call, but
Well, this is an awkward Tenpai. Waiting on the 6-man that he just pawned.
I guess you'd have to assume it's right. Like, he wouldn't be waiting on his own pawn, right?
And it's Suji as well. It's not even like a Roundman or something.
Tenpai.
Alright, so one pond. Tenpai for Tanyao, Aka. Oh, and 8-so does get drawn by Nikuman, so waiting on the Tanki 8-man for Riichi Tanyao, door 2. Chitoi door 2.
One left. And... Oh! 8-pin.
8-pin is now Dora.
1 6-pin, 1 8-man left.
This is really scary for Gwills. All 4 tiles in his hand right now aren't safe into the reach.
Oh!
Yeah, can't wait on the 8-pin because it's 3-10. It has to wait on the Arca 5-man. Haku Chun Toy door 2.
Would have to come out from a set here. Which I can't imagine it will.
Yeah, nah.
Yep.
Well, pretty good outcome for everyone. Estet not being Tenpai drops first place down, and everyone gets another hand to try and win another hand.
Yeah, exactly. Except with the good start now is the obvious target to try and aim for. So you will probably see players try to aim a little bit higher for higher point hands, I guess, to try and close the gap as quickly as possible. Tanya 1K here, starting off with the Hatsu and an Arca
Just
and
goes,
Dora.
yeah, it just goes Atazuke with the 3 Dora.
Yep.
Ishan 10 here for Nikuman already though. Nikuman's been getting a lot of quick hands.
Yes. Best find here would be a Friso.
Yeah. 4 pairs here for Gwills, also with the other 2 Dora in his hand. So a bit unfortunate for Tanya 1K.
Yeah, especially if Gwills does end up going for Cheeto, might keep the Hatsu for a bit. There's the freezer.
Oh. Yeah, waiting on the 3 6-man for Riichi Pinfu, but there are 2 Riichi 6, including the one that Nikuman just threw in.
Yep. This will be a tight little pickup for Nikuman.
Nice Apatsusumo.
That'll do it.
Riichi Apatsusumo Pinfu and a Dora. Nice manga.
Gives us Mangan and picks up the 6 as well, so yeah, really good for Nikuman here and the Crimson Wonders. And takes us into South. So now Nikuman only 5,000 points behind a set here. Starting off.
Yeah, it's not like deja vu.
Yeah, again. Is it going to be the same thing?
Nice draw there. Like, this is just a Tanya hand, if any.
Yeah, you can. The North is the Dora, but yeah, a Tanya Dora as a dealer, you don't mind that too much. Speaking of Tanya Irons, a set here.
Lots of 2-3s and 7-8s though, so might be quite unlikely. Four pairs for Tanyao, okay.
Been seeing a lot of like 3-4 pair hands early
Yeah.
on.
Nice 6-pin draw there for Estet. That's one block toward that Tanyao.
Yep. Yeah, as you said, it is a bit awkward to try and get a Tanyao if you do have all these weights that can take terminals, but yeah, six pin's a good start if you do want to take the Tanyao. Obviously, it's easier said than done. Things like, now you have this 5-7-9 shape. You don't need to take it here though, because the other shape's good enough.
Seven so draw for Nikuman puts him into 2 Shanten.
Yeah. Again, this hand can still go Tanyao, but they might try to keep the North for a Tunky weight, or try and find a pair for it.
No, but
no.
Yeah, there's the open Tanyao. Hmm, 5 man. Drops to 7 man.
Little awkward for a sec. You did have a pair with the 7 pins. So, like a 5-man 7-pin weight, if you do end up falling on that, wouldn't feel the greatest.
Yeah, but now he can drop the 6-8 pin or 7-7. Actually, 7-7 pin would be better.
Yeah.
The pin through. Too many blocks here for Nikuman.
Yeah, I imagine they were planning on cutting the 2 so anyway, but now with the pair you can cut the other one. It doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, just sort of read on which one you think might come out.
Okay, yeah, and Guil's choosing to open here for a Tanyao of their own, Dodora. There's a Sanshoku chance as well. So yeah, Tenpai for Nikiman, the 8-man 2-so.
And Tenpai for Gwils on the Kanchan 3-so. 3-so is one left in the wall. The Champagne is dead.
Yep. Gwil's found the 2-pin for the Sanshoku upgrade.
8-man can come out from Tanya 1K if he summons the Champagne. Oh, but Tenpai for Estet on the 5-8, so. Riichi's this time, being more aggressive. Riichi pin for Tanyao Aka.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One of each.
It's pretty good. No, the free pin. And
yeah. Yeah, Tanya 1K getting the really nice tempo with the E-Paker.
Yeah.
Unfortunately deals into Estet's Mangan. So Estet pulling the points back and widening the gap between him and Nikuman.
Yes. We'll put a bit of pressure on now. Nikuman was the closest, and now with no more dealerships left, we'll have to play a bit more sharply to try and overtake that.
The good thing is Nikuman does wake up with a door anchor.
Yes, that's a nice start, if that's what you need to do.
Yeah, for dealer Gwils, currently in last place, last dealership. Not the best hand, really. Maybe a Junchan's Hanshoku. But yeah, I gotta fill in all those Hanchans and Penchans.
Yep, that's the awkward part with these Chanta Junchanish hands. Yeah, I have to
In
draw
we
them.
see a
Yeah.
6-pin Chi from a set. Going for that Itsu and the Pinzu.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, backfired right there.
Had to choose something to cut and went with the 8, so and yeah.
Yeah,
Classic.
keeping. Well, could have thrown the West, but I guess maybe the West for a safe tile or transition towards a Honitsu.
Yeah.
I think here he might drop it just, yeah, for that Ishan 10.
Yep.
Potentially nice hand brewing here for Tanyao 1K. Does have 2 Arca. Pairs up a Chun, but Chun is 1 cut. I think you'll just keep that.
Keep it for now. You can always choose to cut it later. Or yeah, if someone reaches it, you got obvious safe tiles. Or safer tiles. Nikiman trying to find some way to convert this Dora Anko.
Yeah, just drew honors for the past 3 times and it's semi-carried.
Yeah.
It's a nice 9-so draw, puts him into Ishan 10.
So yeah, 4-man does come here to maximize the efficiency. Tenpai for a set now on the free pin for Itsu Dora 1. 1 left in the wall. As things stands right now, they should be safe in people's hands.
Yeah, it might be awkward if Nikuman draws the 4-pin and then like just autopilot cuts the 3.
Yeah, that would be the big risk here, if Nikiman connects to the free pin. So yeah,
Nice
especially the 4-pin.
7-pin. Nice 7-pin draw there for Tanyao. Okay, puts him into Ishan 10 with his Aka 2.
Yep, still with the Chun pair here.
And Gwil's, yeah, going for that Junchan Sanshoku.
Still a fair bit away for Gwills. 8 so's 1 left.
And on the 1-man, but you'll lose the Sanshoku. Oh, but goes that way. Okay.
So hoping for the 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So losing the Junchan.
I guess this way you're only dropping 1 and 9, so you don't have to worry about dealing into a stat. Tenpai here for Tanyao 1K unfortunately had to drop the Aka 5 so.
Yeah, didn't end up fitting in the hand.
And Tenpai for Nikuman. Can't take the 5 so weight, so and wouldn't want to. So takes the Hanchan 3 so. 2 3-so's left. And 1 4-pin is actually 3 left? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. There's 1.
Oh, that's 1 pin. So 2 versus 2. This is 3, sir. Oh.
You don't really.
My deal into
does that.
Nikuman. Yeah, because you wouldn't expect a 3-so weight from a set with that Aka 5-so draw. And that's a really big run for Nikuman directly onto a set. Puts him 4K in front.
4K in front is rewarded with Gomi hand. This obviously can be workable, but yeah, you do need to try and get some quick draws here for Nikuman to hold off a set who has their last dealership, waking up with a Haku pair of Dora. And I mean,
if they can get it, their hand will be really fast with
Yeah.
9-sos, 1-sos, and 1-mans as the other pairs to pawn.
Yep. And yeah, loose Haku in Nikuman's hand. I'll lose everything in Nikuman's hand here, obviously, so. Pairs up a Hatsu.
Yeah, it was just dropped from Quills.
Cuts the Chun, which is the indicator.
5 pairs here for F-Stat. So Ishan 10 for Cheetoy as well. Doesn't have to wait for that Haku.
No, it doesn't have to. Cuts the 5-so, which was loose anyway.
Sets up the potential CG trap on the 2-so. Oh, but pawns the 1-man instead going for Toy Toy. Sasuga hates Cheetoy.
No! That one.
No, but this is quite the nice pawn. Like I said before, you have the 1 and 9-so pairs that you can expect to get
Yeah.
relatively easily compared to some other ones.
No!
And of course, if you punished,
Absolutely.
I approve.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the having the ability to call these edge tiles is just such a hand for hands like this. Because yeah,
And of course, if
better.
you get the Haku, you are just Tenpai without having to force the Toy Toy.
Yep.
So, but here you get the 6-pin pawn, which is nice. One of the harder pairs to pawn.
Yeah, and I mean, like look at Will's hand here. You've got a Penchan, you've got a Kanchan, both of which can be dropped to speed up their hand, and it's gonna obviously
Yeah,
get
pretty
called by a
soon.
set. And the thing that might stop a set here is Tanya 1K, who does get Tenpai on the 2-5
On the 6 left in the wall for Riichi Tanyao. Big chance for an Apatsu here. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, that would have been the icing on the cake for Tanya 1K there. Going into the last dealership with Riichi Patsumo, Tanyao, the one. I mean, don't even need Dura.
There's the Tenpai for a stat on the Haku 1-so, one of each left in the wall. So 2 versus... it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. That'll be it.
Yeah. It deals into the Riichi Tanyao. No Ura, unfortunately. So for Tanyao 1K, similar to last Hanchan, you're really not satisfied just getting a third above Gwills. You definitely just have to shove.
Yes. You have to shove, you have to go. You need points. Starting off here, pair of South now to Akadora. It's not bad. A set as well, pair of Chun. A lot of pairs, in fact.
Actually, Ishan 10 for Cheetoy. We'll see if they start calling again. Nikuman, decent shapes, Wandora. Just need to get rid of those honors. And yeah, Gwills, this Hanchan really hasn't been too lucky with the hands he's been given.
No, not much you can do about it when the wall just feeds you.
Oh, that's a nice 3-so draw for Tanya 1K. Rianmin. No, wait, 2-shan 10 actually.
Yeah.
No, Ishan 10. Ishan 10. Perfect Ishan 10.
Yeah, there we go.
6-9 pin.
6-9 pin, which is still counting
5
as
left.
hard. 5 left. I've stopped being able to count weights, so I don't know why.
Oh, Tenpai for a set.
Imagine you cut the 8 pin, or you can cut the Hatsus, it's just passed as well.
You got Riichi on the 8 pin.
Yeah.
Hey, going on the Hatsu. We'll just probably come out from whoever draws it as should be a pretty safe tally against 2 Riichis.
You'd expect so, yeah.
So 2 versus
2.
5.
Well, yeah. 2 versus 5. So not good odds here for a set, but as you said, if the Hatsu is drawn, it will probably be an almost immediate cut.
Ishan 10 here for Nikuman, but yeah, some rough tiles to cut. Oh, but the 9 pin comes out from Gwills was Ishan 10.
Yep.
Dealing into the Riichi Aka too. So Tanya 1K slowly pulling it back.
Yes, now 10,000 behind second and 16,000 behind first. So obviously, as dealer, 10,000 isn't too hard to pull in. Let's set here another pair of Haku, an Akadora, and Freedora. Not just an Akadora. Another explosive hand here. If a set can cash this one in, decent odds to take first. No, in fact, definite odds to take first. Nikki
Ooh, Dora 4.
Dora 4 now. And that, I was going to say, it might be maybe end up waiting on something with not being able to use both Dora there. But that'll sit that in, so. The only thing that can save Nikuman here would be getting to Tenpai first. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Or, Tanya 1K managing to cash in this hand quickly with the Hatsu pair. But,
Yeah, which is the more likely outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Could see it come out from Quills pretty soon if he wants to go for like a Pinfu hand. Hatsu doesn't serve much for some kind of Mangan plus.
Yeah, and we saw last hand, like the 9-pin came out pretty quickly from Quills, just trying to push for something. So, I'd imagine, before too long, we'll see the Hatsu come. There's no reason to hold on to it, really. 6 man for Tanya 1K is a nice pickup as well. Ishanten, Ryanman.
Yep.
Haku now will come, I imagine. Or at least you can get the 1 man first as well if you want, but...
Yeah. New command moving towards potential Tanyao. Should just drop one of the honors, but playing it a slightly more safe.
Not wanting to potentially speed up a set, I suppose. The North is their win, the Chun is safe for now. And you can see a set like this cutting this non-honor after non-honor after non-honor. You might have an assumption they're waiting for something. Oh, the 2 Norths are cut. Yeah, no, just keeping it for safety, I suppose.
3-pin gets pawned by Nikuman, but drops a 6-man. Which is a bit strange, because you'd be calling trying to win. But a set drawing the 4-pin, sneakily got into Tenpai, Dharmaing on the Hakuton Shampon, which came out from Tanya 1K.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Tenpai unless you choose to cut a Dora. And they did. Yeah. Sneaking the first out from underneath Nikuman. Tanya 1K
pulling the reverse.
Yeah, the reverse of last Hanchan in the end. And yeah, Dreaming and Tanyao Sensation both taking 3rd and 4th again here. Will make things a bit difficult going forward. Oh, okay, and they will come in for an interview. Yeah, excellent. Well, yeah, okay. So
hello, Estet.
Hello, Estet, yes.
You are muted, just in case.
Thank you.
No worries.
No worries. We will try and keep things a bit brief here, since you do have another game to play and you want to grab some food. First of all, congratulations.
Thanks for that.
Any thoughts on the Hanchan overall?
It's pretty close at the end there.
It was,
a bit scary. It's nice to get it coming from me. I was very excited to see those white dragons. A bit sad when they didn't come out, so it was a real blessing.
Yeah. They were just in the wall, I suppose, up until that point when Tanya 1K drew that first one.
Yeah. Unlucky. Anyway, good for me.
Yeah. So, did you at any point, I assume you would have known that the Mangan would have been enough to overtake?
Yeah.
So,
I was a little bit. I was trying to calculate the sumo on the pairs hand, the one before, but the white dragons were fine. Yeah. I was pretty sure that with the Dora there, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was a bit more. That was
Yeah,
a hair-raising decision for sure.
Oh yeah, when you did actually hit the tempai and you were like, oh, what do I throw?
Yeah.
What sold it for you in the end, cutting the 8-pin?
I was hoping that Nickerman was throwing from a pair of greens.
Yeah.
And that would be ideal. But if they weren't, then they were probably still in the wall, and they'd probably come out, was my thinking. But
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't like the 8, but it was Suji, so and it's once thrown. I was like, okay, well, I'll take that risk. Better than waiting on it. It's not looking like a good tile to come out. But anyway, I don't know. Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry, cheese.
Yeah, I think it must have been quite a roller coaster for you, right? You won like the first 3 hands of the Hanchan, got yourself a pretty sizable lead. But then Nikuman did manage to win some big hands and come back. I saw like, I think if we go to, is it East 3 or East 3? No, East 1? East 1. East 1, sorry. You had the Dharma.
Oh yeah.
And you run the 5,200, but then if we go to South 1, you ended up reaching that Pinfu hand. Throughout the course of the game, did your like mindset on how to play the Hanchan sort of switch?
Yeah, I had a good feeling about that 8 being thrown. And I didn't think they would if it was Riichi, so I was happy to just take the points. I was already ahead. I was like, yep, let's just get this going. So earlier in the Hanchan, I was very pleased to just move it along, but then it gets to this point, and it's like, oof, I'm going to push this hand anyway against Nickerman because it's too dangerous to let them keep on winning.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to reach anyway, might as well go to the Mangan, so if we can make some distance. And it worked out, which is lucky. But going into that was a mistake. I mean, beforehand, I think I made an error on the.
Just the early cuts here.
I was just on the before I picked up the four so I think. I can't remember. I just remember feeling like I made a mistake.
I feel like this hand was fine. I remember.
No, it was this one. Must have been another one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's fine enough for me, I think. Yeah, we'll let you get the food.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for that. Hopefully you'll see me again, but we'll see.
Yeah, you'll be playing the next Hanchan, so good luck with that one.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, catch you.
Bye.
Yeah, alrighty. So the players will be taking a break before the next Hanchan. We're having 3 of the same players play again. So we will be seeing 3 of these players back once again and 1 different player. So we'll be back in.
It's gonna be the revenge game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the revenge of Nikuman for stealing away the first. But yeah, we'll be back in about 9 minutes, 10 minutes. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, we are back. We hope you had a good break between matches. The game has gotten underway, so we will quickly just cover the score situation before we go into the match again, since we do have some time to burn here. So with the first from Riichi Fingers and the second from Crimson Wanderers, the gap has widened again a little bit, now up to about 140 points. The biggest difference is obviously since Dreaming and Tanyao Sensation again with third and fourth, the gap to second has once again widened a fair bit. Now nearly up to 300 points. The gap is becoming quite tough to overtake. Would require a very strong second week from either team. So, as things stand, obviously we do have one more Hanchan to play tonight, which can skew things. But with a strong performance from both, not this one, but this one, from Riichi Fingers and Crimson Wanderers so far. Yeah, see, apart from that first Hanchan, where Dreaming got a second, it's been Riichi Fingers and Crimson Wanderers first, second. The other ones.
Yeah, the rich get richer.
Yeah, exactly. The rich do get richer. But, I mean, yeah, you can see just how much ground they were able to cover over the first couple games, Crimson Wanderers. Despite that, impressive lead that Riichi Fingers had built up over the season. Finals can just turn all that on its head.
Yeah, they started like 250 points away, so technically your points remain the same. They are on pace to overtake Riichi Fingers next week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's gonna make for an interesting final week regardless. So yeah. But yeah, if either Dreaming or Tanyao Sensation they get a first here, they'll have a lot of work to do next week. So we're hoping for their sakes that someone can pull off a strong win or a strong second here, so that they leave themselves a little less to do next week to try and bring themselves back into the conversation. But that being done, we will head over to the game, which by some incredible feat has rolled the same seats again. Apart from Cream taking over Ghouls' seat for Tanyao Dreaming. For some reason in my head, Tanyao Dreaming sounds like a really good team.
Tao Sensation.
The sensation of tiles. Yeah. It's
Both
funny,
those teams need a rename and swap.
swap spots next season, yeah. I actually had one of my friends who doesn't play Mahjong stop into the stream last week. Oh, yesterday? I can't remember, but they were like, oh, the tile sounds from the game are really relaxing, actually, or really satisfying.
The tile sound.
Like the sounds of like the tiles being drawn, for example, makes that sound.
Oh yeah, you should just link him Mahjong
I did,
ASMR
yeah.
on
That's what I
YouTube.
did. I spent the next like an hour just linking in various ASMR videos. I was like, yeah, no, people just listen to this stuff. Like, it's really relaxing.
Yeah, nah. I definitely am someone who likes the sound of Mahjong tiles.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like the tile sensation, It's. I mean, that just reminded me of that. Like, yeah. I don't know why.
And then we have Riichi Wanderers and Crimson Fingers.
Crimson Fingers. That's. Crimson. Wasn't Crimson Finger a JoJo move?
I don't know. Anyways, let's get in. Nikuman again, our starting dealer.
Yeah.
Couple ramen, Dora acceptance. It's average.
Yeah, it's a pretty average starting hand. No one's got anything specifically great. Cream with 4 pairs, as has been standard. The set with the Akadora, and the shapes themselves aren't overly bad once you get rid of like the Naiman and the 2 and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's got the best hand going on.
Yeah, Tanyao Sensation is Tanyao 1K has once you get rid of the dragon tiles and stuff like that, if you manage to draw some more center tiles, it should come together pretty quickly. But for now, yeah, a set definitely got the best of the starting hands, I think.
Oh, Krim dropping that 3-pin before, but pairs up the 7-man. So unfortunately not Ishan 10 for Chitoi. Would have been Dora 2. Oh, could have been Tenpai. Oh? Okay, it still doesn't want Chitoi at all.
Yeah, I guess not.
And doesn't want to drop the south either.
Yeah, which is interesting. It was first cut by Nikuman, so maybe just keeping it just in case. Or maybe keeping it because it's their win, who knows?
And meanwhile, Estet did manage to anchor up the 8, so it now has quite the nice Ishan 10.
Yep. Yeah, don't need that.
Yeah, both the pays are already cut, so the Champon isn't that good.
No.
1-man draw for Krim puts him into Ishan 10 again.
So we do see the south come now. There's the
Tenpai.
I've
And
just forgotten
unfortunately for Krim, not getting rid of that 5-man before.
Yeah, I was wondering if since they kept the south for so long, we might see the 5-man come out before. And now it's stuck, and that's also stuck.
Oh. Yeah, Krim taking, sorry, not Krim, Nikuman taking the 5-man Hanchan as opposed to the 3-man because I think the 3-man was already 2-cut.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, unfortunately dealing into Estet, which is pretty bad for Crimson Wanderers. Not the person you wanted to deal into.
No. Luckily it wasn't the biggest deal in. So it is. I mean, obviously we saw last Hanchan more than overcomable. But this makes it harder for you. And yeah, Cream waking up with a nice hand here for their first dealership.
Yep, is already Ishan 10.
Yep.
With 1 Dora.
Tenpai.
And that's the
no
best
head.
Tenpai. No, you got ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you can cut the 9-pin. Yeah.
So winning on the 1-4 for Riichi Pinfu, Dora. 1-4, 3 left in the wall, which is actually kind of bad for a turn 3 Riichi.
Yeah, but if any of the players decide that they want to advance their hands here, like set here with the 1, so we'll end up dealing in, but yeah, still decent odds to sumo at some point. A lot of tiles left to draw. And with these early Riichis, you can't even... Early on, you can't even trust things like Suji, really, because there's... I know there's a little to go off, but it could be anything. It could be Chitoi, it could be...
Yeah.
It could be some weird Kanchan weight. Especially as a dealer, like... You get a dealer and one Dora, you're pretty much more often gonna Riichi than not.
Or if Ested's hand keeps developing the way it is, we might see the 1-so come out. 3-pin is Suji, but you don't know. Okay, he does go for the 3-pin. So probably won't be pushing this hand. Just gonna try and find as many safe tiles as he can.
Yes. So at least for now, avoiding the dealing with the risky 1-so. I have to see if it becomes one chance. Do you ever maybe have to shove it?
Probably just see a 6-so here, Suji.
Yep.
This is just defense simulator. Find the safest tile in your hand.
Exactly right. 6-so Nakasuji here should be the most obvious choice. One pin instead, which is definitely not safe.
Yeah, doesn't deal into a Tanyao. Like you said, with the turn 3 Riichi, could be a Kanchan as well.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Nikuman does get Tenpai, chasing with Riichi Nomi into the dealer. Kanchan 8-man. But Krim does manage to sumo the 4-so. Riichi sumo pin through Dora Ura for dealer Mangan.
Dealer Mangan, exactly the kind of start Tile Dreaming is looking for.
Yep, Tile Dreaming making a statement after that 4th they got in the previous Hanchan.
Yeah. Again, Ghouls and that Hanchan just didn't really seem to ever have anything going for him compared to the other players, so Cream looking for retribution here.
Okay, dealer repeat. Couple of nice middle tiles with a Haku pair. Estet has one Aka that's not connected yet, and Dora acceptance. Tanya 1K with 2 Dora. So just gotta fill in some of the bad shapes, get rid of those honors, or pair them up.
Yep.
And you're good.
And Nikuman with a North pair that they can open with Dora acceptance also, but yeah, not too much else going on right now. No one's in a great position to open right now other than Cream. Tanyao 1K could move towards a Tanyao. Decidedly not 1K. But yeah, we'd have to see if Nikuman wants to open with the North pair. Obviously, taking the first loss now, going for like a North only win would feel pretty lackluster. Whereas Cream does open.
Dealer, yeah, calling away that overlapping 3-so weight. So it doesn't necessarily have to rely on the Haku pair. Can always pair up one of the Tanyao tiles and drop the Haku. In fact, he drops the Haku right now.
Drew the 8-pin, which filled out a bit of the Pinzu shape. So yeah, can go Tanyao. And there's a 7-pin that fills out the rest of it.
Ishan 10 keeps the safe Haku. Estet, yeah, just trimming down the Penchan.
Yeah, Estet, this hand didn't manage to pick up the godly draws early, so just slimming down shapes Tenpai now for Cream.
Oh, best Tenpai pairing up that 6-man. And there's an isolated 6-so in Tanyao 1K's hand, but 3-so gets drawn by Nikuman and deals into the Tanyao only.
Tanyao 1.5k.
Yes.
Plus Homba.
Tanyao 1 and a bit K.
Yeah. And we go again. Cream here making a statement with their first dealership that they are here to play. This hand isn't anything specifically great to speak of, but the sets is quite quick if they choose to open.
Yep, isolated Haku in Krim's hand with an Aka. Not bad of a hand for Tanyao 1K either. Has their west seat pair. Aka 5 pin that they'd like to connect to. But otherwise the rest of his shapes are pretty good.
Yep. And lastly, Nikuman.
Yeah, once again, not much going on.
Yeah. The Soto's all pretty awkward. You got a Penjan, the Pinzu. You got a Penjan, potentially in a Manzu as well. There's the Haku. She did come back pretty quickly from Cream.
Did just see a 6-0 drop. Yep. 4 pairs for Tanyao 1K.
Would be potentially the easiest way at this stage to make use of the Aka 5 pin. If you do just go Chitoi and wait on it, or...
Now you have an awkward 4-man drop here. Does just fully commit to the hand, dropping the Aka 5 pin.
Alrighty.
There was the alternative to drop a 2-man. You can still use a 3-man. One of the 2-mans is the door indicator, so you're not worried too much about missing out on that. And you get to keep the Aka 5 pin, but this way you do get to keep your... Oh.
Yeah, well, I think in terms of your analysis, it is still not terrible. Yeah. Like you can keep your Chitoi if you want to go for that. But you can also leave option the open, leave open the option of keeping a regular hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6-pin. Unfortunate to see.
Nikuman does get paired up for Krim.
Yes.
But
so now,
hand still needs a bit of work going into the second row.
Yeah, luckily a set's hand, though, it had potential to be quite quick, has stalled out a bit.
Oh yeah, going back 1-chan 10 for that better Manzu shape.
And now with the 8 so, you can accept a 7 so.
Nikuman does drop that west. Pawned off by Tanyao 1K. And yeah, now drops a 2-man.
Yeah. As you said, yeah, kind of a little bit redundant. Well, not so much redundant, but yeah, you can drop it and work with it.
The most efficient.
Yeah.
And that's Senpai. On the 5-8 man. 3 left.
Not too bad for end of second row. Two Homba sticks in the middle. Ups the value of the hand a little bit as well.
Can switch to a 3-6 man, waiting on the Dora. Which I think that's most likely what they will do. Oh, but instead keeps the 5-8 man.
Keeping the 5-8 man, yeah. Does look. The 5-8 man, I get like you don't see in the board, but then you just assume they're all in hands sometimes as well. Whereas
maybe, yeah.
If you just rip a free man, you don't need to worry about that now.
Might also want to prioritize being able to run. Can't expect people to drop 3-man this late.
Yep. Set though in a little bit of danger. They do try to take a 10 pie.
There's an 8-man.
Not as much dangerous Cream is right now though.
It is still 2-chan 10, but does deal the 8-man into Tanyao 1K for 1K.
1K. Shot only, plus the Homba. Nearly doubling the value of the hand on their own. And takes us now into Asset's first dealership. Who, yeah, despite winning the very first hand again, is come back to about 25,000 points because of the deal into Cream. So we'll look to try and regain the points. Does deal the South, which is pawned by Tanyao 1K as their wind. But Set's hand has some good acceptance here.
Yeah, would like that 8-man. Fill in that Hanchan with the Dora. be fantastic.
Tanya 1K's hand for now will only be south only, unless something changes. Nikuman again, the hand has potential here. It's not terribly slow, but just no value once again, unless they can find the 8-man themselves.
Speaking of which, there's the 8-man for Estet.
Good flow. Just needs to clean up the Sozo, and yeah, that hand's coming together really quickly.
Decent 3-pin draw there for Nikuman, filling in that Penchan. Potential Itsu as well. Krim does have the East pair, was already once cut from Estet. Also has an Aka.
Yeah, a couple different ways that this hand could go for Cream, but is a little bit off the pace currently. Dora for Tanya 1K. Can't really make use of it unless they find another one, so it does just throw it.
No one drawing anything useful right now.
Yeah, a bit. Tuso can be
Uncode from Krim.
Yeah, it can be uncode up for Cream. The hand still doesn't really know where it's going. It's not too far off tempo, but does need a little bit of help still.
Oh, Roundman upgrade for Nikuman, but he likes to get rid of the 7-9 Hanchan thing to 8-mans and wants to go for the Itsu. Oh. Yeah, it might have been good to drop the
7-man first.
Oh, I guess if he draws like a 6 or a 5-man, he can go for 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. That might have been part of his reasoning for his decision. But yeah, quite a unfortunate backfire.
Yeah, but yeah, nothing really happening. Players are just shuffling their hands around a little bit, but it has one of those feelings of a hand that's just going to go to Rikoku.
Someone will get late Tenpai.
Cream's trying to go for a dangerous hand here.
Interesting 7-so choice, because it's going to be hard to use that Aka 5-so.
There's the Tenpai.
For 7-so. 2 left.
Yeah, Cream maybe ended up cutting that 7-so just in time.
Yeah, same with Nikuman actually.
Yeah.
Nikuman not calling for K10. Still wants to try get Tenpai. And yeah, it's just been stuck in Nishan 10 for quite a while, just shifting some tiles around.
Yeah. It started off looking quite good, but yeah, it just sort of stopped. Freeman. Yeah,
Format is Cheed by Krim, still Ishan 10 for Tanyao. 7-so is drawn by Nikuman, but doesn't discard it. But gives Krim Tenpai under 3, 5, 6, so. And Tenpai for Estet, but doesn't matter because Tanya 1K does manage to sumo the south only.
1.1k. And takes the dealership to them now, and they wake up with a lot of pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs.
just 4 Shanten or 5 Shanten from 4 Shanten from Riichi.
Yep.
Hell yeah, just drop that 131 or that pay.
I think dropping the 1-3 here is perfectly fine. You might as well dream, right? We've already seen one Yakuman. The pay comes. Keeping the 6-pin for now.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a backup plan.
Initially kept the pay for like maybe Honetsu, but 2 of them already just instantly cut from Grim and Estet.
Yep.
7-9, so draw here for Nikuman could move towards 7-8-9 Sanshoku, so he likes to keep it over the more efficient 3-so. Nice hand coming along for Krim. Has a Sanben-chan and a completed Mensu with Dora 3, so just needs to draw some more middle tiles and get rid of those honors. Oh, but Tenpai for Nikuman does not have the time.
Finding the 7-man, able to fill in the Pen-chan. Getting the Riichi off for, the Riichi pin through Dora.
Oh, 4-pin Encode for Tanya 1K.
Yep. Does
On-
call. In this awkward situation now where you need to end up dropping the 4, so probably.
No, just can't.
no,
Oh, what?
just can't.
That is not. Just
Can't,
can't and Rinchan. Rinchan.
Just
Oh,
can't
can't again.
Look how useless
No
Uradora.
The 2 can't, no Yaku.
You just have to
Waiting on
can
the
again.
7-pin.
It's not hard.
No, just Sumo Nomi. Oh wait, you can't Sumo Nomi. He opened.
If he finds the other 2, so he can get San Kansu.
Oh my god, the Sankatsu in the finals.
I think I've only ever seen one San Kansu.
Okay, no 8-pins left for Tanya 1K to pair up, but 6-pin, there's still 2 left. Hatsu's also 1 left.
Cream holding on to the Hatsu for quite a while here.
Another 3-man drawn from
Cream, but yeah, it slots right in. For now, at least.
Could have taken a nice Ishan 10 with Dora 3, but just didn't want to cut the live Hatsu. So probably just going to be a fold with this hand.
It does seem to be heading that way.
And Tanya 1K drawing a dangerous 5, so another Khan for no reason.
That'd be an interesting card. 4-man.
Oh,
is
6-pin
half...
safe. So.
Yeah, we can throw the 6-pin. Oh, but 2-so got drawn by a set. No. My son can't sue.
No, son can't sue.
So yeah, heading to Ryukok. What do you 6-man is decidedly very unsafe.
I think you might just have to take Tenpai. As Tanya 1K, it's your dealership and your team's in last place.
Try and return to the ship and go again. Yeah.
Let's shove the 5, so you only have to survive another, 2 more draws after that 7-pin.
It's always after you choose to commit that you draw the dangerous tiles. This is fun. But somehow Nikiman not managing to sumo this hand as well. Despite
I think there's only one more 6-man left. Oh, that's Tenpai for a stat.
No 6-mans.
2-so is relatively safe, but doesn't want to cut it. Actually, 2-so is 100% safe because it was pond.
Yes.
Might not have seen that. Just thought, oh shit, there's no 2-sos out this late. Yeah.
Well, Rikoku.
Nice for Tanya 1K to keep that dealership.
Yeah. can try again here. This starting hand is also pretty good. Got Dora, you've got Riamans, you've got a lot of things to work with here. Nikimon's hand again is just pretty average. Dora Acceptance. As well, just good Riamans to work with. A West pair you can use for a Pinfu if you want. Cream with a pair of Chun. And a Dora right now kind of semi-connected to a 5-so. But otherwise not too much working for them right now. And a set, again, the hand looks pretty good. Anka of 2 mans. Just a little bit of awkward other shapes apart from the Pinzu. But definitely can obviously get this into a pretty regular looking hand if you get the early draws quickly. But yeah, Tanyao Bankei's hand looking very nice here.
Nice 5-man draw. No, not Ishan 10, but they'll drop the 1-so and we'll have a really nice shape for Tanyao, Pinfu, potential Ipeko, 2-3 Doras.
Yeah. It's a good hand
Ishan
here
10 for Krim.
Krim, yeah, heading towards this Chitoi. Again, with the Chun pair, you still have the flexibility to open later if you so desire. But passes it.
That is Ishan 10 for Estet with 1 Dora.
And Tanyao, so 1k now. Very good Ishan 10.
Oh. Yeah, 6-man 4-so Kutsuki with both the, it's called Nakabukure. So, basically just guaranteed round wins a lot of the time. Upgrade for Estet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the Tenpai, but that is an awkward Tenpai.
Yeah, it does take it.
Damas, 7-so 6-man, Champagne. 1 7-so left.
Yeah, you can't really feel very comfortable with this because, yeah, you could see the 7, so you know you're at best looking at 2. And they're saying this has the potential to be a lot better. That being said, if Cream does find a Chitoi Tenpai, which is not looking too close, 6-so.
That is a very good upgrade. Gets a 2-5-8-so weight for Riichi, Pinfu, Tanyao, Dora 2.
1 left in the wall? No. 4.
1, 2, 3. 3?
Yes, 3.
2 now, with that 5-so drawn from Estet.
Go to the 9-so, which was Suji.
Nikuman also Ishan 10 here, but would have to drop 2 live Suji, so might.
But you might just see the Wests.
Or just might go 6-so. Yeah, just full
yeah.
fold.
Full fold. Yeah, and Cream was a bit too far away at this stage, so imagine you would have seen Cream also full fold at this point.
Tanya 1k with its image, so
You know what to say, Tunky over Sunman, John.
Okay, we see a Chi here from Krim trying to go towards Tenpai, connect to that 5-man. 2-pin is safe.
Yep. That is potentially dangerous for a set in the future. They also try to go for a Tenpai.
I think they might just drop 4-so. Play it safe.
It'd be the pretty correct call, goes with the 3-pin.
3-pin, there's no chance. It's also pretty much safe.
Mm.
Also could have dealt into Crim.
Yep.
I like that decision. And that is Tenpai for Crim. Waiting on the Kanchan 4-man. None left. But Tenpai is Tenpai.
Tenpai is Tenpai.
So that 258, so there's still the 1-2 remaining.
And it's going to come right now. No. Sunman Chans never win. There it is.
Oh!
That's really awkward for Cream.
That is an... Oh! That was... I'm not sure if any of the other tiles are safe. But, yeah. Interesting chi there from Nikuman, actually. Passing the Haite off to Estet and giving Crim that 2-so. But he deals in with the 8-so into the Hanuman of Tanyao 1K. And deal a Hanuman at that.
A deal a Hanuman for Tanyao 1K is a good pickup.
Yeah, and really bad for Tao Dreaming. It drops him to 3rd.
Yeah, ideally as Tanyao 1K, you're really trying to hit anyone other than Tao Dreaming, probably.
Yeah.
Obviously points are points, but yeah. So we go again into East 4. Tanyao 1K with a lot of Pinzu tiles.
Yep. We'll see if they like try to fully commit. If like someone drops a 1-pin.
Go for a Chinitsu, yeah.
Ishan 10 here for Estet, but it was a Kanchan Penchan Ishan 10, so he elects not to take that. Probably wants to drop the 9-8 man as well and go for some sort of Tanyao.
Tanyao, maybe find a Pinfu. It's kind of an extra redundant pair for now, but yeah, you can work with it. I'd like to see the 9-8 come here, yeah, and it does.
Another Pinzu for Tanyao 1K and starts cutting the Sozu.
Yep, so yeah, committing for the Chinitsu. 7 man for a set.
Every time.
Every time. Cuts one the superfluous 7 pins.
That's a nice chi for Tanyao 1K.
Yep. The 7, 8, 8, 9 pin shape, a little bit awkward. Yeah, but I have to find a 7 pin there to call.
And once again, Crim had 4 pairs for Chitoy, but elected to cut it away and drew a 5th pair right afterwards. And I think just drew a 6th pair.
Yeah. You can see the 8 mans in the discards as well.
Yeah.
When Chitoy comes calling, it's pretty persistent.
Yes, when you don't go for the Chitoy, you'll draw pairs, but when you do go for the Chitoy, you won't draw pairs.
Yeah.
But Estet back into Ishan 10, potential 5, 6, 7 San Shoku. Ooh, another Pinzu for Tanyao 1K. 2 Shan 10 for a Chinitsu.
2 pins are both cut already.
We'll see if Estet drops his 1 pin. And he does.
It's best case scenario really for Tanyao 1K. You can keep the 2 pin as a pair.
Yep.
Work around these ramen ships. So if the other players didn't know what was up, now they know for sure.
Ishan 10 for Nikuman. 1 Doras, that's going to be hard to use with 3 2-mans discarded.
Hatsu pair is not pawned by Cream.
Yeah, I might be scared of dropping pins too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 calls, it's not unreasonable to usually expect someone's tempai, but with Chinitsu, often you get stuck with these overlapping shapes. So it's not always a guarantee.
Tempai for
Tempai.
Nikuman has to cut a 6-pin.
Will we see Bravery? Nikuman in last. But with a dealership left, you don't need to make this the hill to die on.
Does take it.
Does take the 6-pin.
East 3-man Shanton, just the 1 east remaining.
The 1 east remaining. If Tanyao 1K gets it, they will throw it.
Yeah. Or will they? Just
Or
fold with
will
the
they?
2-pin. I don't mind it. You only had like 3 turns left. You would have to like get into Tempai and then win.
Yeah.
So not wanting to drop that 4-man. But it doesn't matter because Nikuman sumos the east and then hits Ura 3 for a Hanuman.
For a Hanuman, yeah. Bringing Nikuman right back into the mix. Putting Cream down to last again. Despite their first Mangan that they won.
Yeah.
Been a very back and forth game.
Yeah, unfortunately that dealer Hanuman deal in didn't help Krim at all. Nikuman's last dealership. Really not much going on with this hand, unfortunately.
No, it's very bad. Even if you do get to Tempai, you're probably going to be stuck on some weird Kanchan or Shampon.
Yep. Couple nice Tanyao tiles here for Krim with a Dora, so can drop the West and the 9 so later on. We see a Hatsu Anko from Estet. Hatsu 4.
Or for Hatsu.
Does not Khan yet. And Tanya 1K with the Haku pair and decent shapes. 2 Shanten. I wouldn't mind a Khan there from Estet. All the rest of his tiles are pretty good. You did have an isolated 3-man, but it's right next to Dora. So if you do Khan and draw like a 2 or a 4-man, that would really help.
Or an Aka 5-man. Yeah. If you're not going to Khan,
Okay.
yeah.
He Khans now. Might just see the Aka 5-man drop, but 5-pin also works.
You can't. Now, New Dora is the 8-pin, of which Cream has 2. So maybe now they might want to try and consider going for a open Tanyao.
Haku gets called from Tanya 1K, currently in first place, just wants to move this hand along, especially with 2 Dora indicators.
Yes.
Will Estet cheat? He does. Takes Ishan 10 with Hatsu Dora 1.
Dora 1 will probably want to find the 6-pin before too long. Oh no, doesn't matter. Sorry, for some reason I thought Tanyao. But
Oh,
there you go.
Fills in the Kanchan. Oh, and the 9-pin is drawn from Tanya 1K, deals into the Hatsu Dora 1. 260.
Hatsu Dora 1. Yep, could have been worse. Does get to move the dealership on at least. It never feels great having to give away points when you're trying so hard to bring yourself back into the match. Cream has their last dealership here. Wakes up with a pretty good hand to start with.
Yeah, just straight up cuts the Penchan away. Wants that Tanyao or like 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku.
A set filled in a Penchan with their first draw, but the hand needs some work. Tanya 1K cut a 7-man and has now cut a 5-pin.
Yep. Kokshi, let's go. And Nikuman with Dora 4, but Krim, like you said, had the really fast hand. Did manage to get a Rianman in the 2, so now waiting on the 2-5-man for Riichi Pinfu Tanyao.
Yeah, very fast hand. Would be nice to go for a Kokushi, but when someone wakes up with a hand this fast, it's not quite possible, unfortunately. So yeah, West comes. Luckily, you get all these nice safe tiles to try and work with. 5-man drawn by a set. So down to 4 weights in the wall for Cream.
Really awkward here for Nikuman. You wish you could play this hand, but against the dealer Riichi, you are currently ahead of Estet right now. So you don't really want to deal in because if it's big enough, it'll drop you all the way to last.
Yep. But no dealerships left, you do have to play a little bit more cautiously here. So yeah, we do see...
No safe tiles. Goes for the half CG6 man. At least now, if he fills in a Penchan, for example, he could just drop the 3-man and temporarily take Ishan 10. Tanyao 1K is technically Ishan 10.
How does this hand look so normal? After the Kokushi start. There's another 5-man.
Yeah. That's a good fold there from Nikuman.
Yeah. As you said, you see all these Dora and the Arca and you just get like, points in the eyes, but yeah. Very disciplined folding.
So 2 left for Krem. One left.
Yeah, very unfortunate here to not try and find a sumo.
Yeah. It's like your last dealership in last place and you had a 3 Han round and weight and you couldn't simmer. That means your Hanchans is doomed.
Yeah, basically. Like, what can you do? Does head to Rikoku. So he gets another chance.
You.
Return to the dealership, but this hand is bad.
That is so bad. The good news is no one else is that quick of a hand, so if Krim does get some decent draws, he can actually just catch up.
Yeah. No one else has great hands. Even Nikuman in a set with the high pairs, even if I do call, it's not very fast to get towards the tempo. So yeah, with a bit of time here, Cream needs to find their way through this high pie. Finds a Dora.
Then Hanchan filled.
Yep. Fills a Kanchan there. Not a lot to talk about here because it's just going to be a matter of who draws what first to set. The 5-so has a Ryanman now.
I think Nikuman had calls turned off that Chun just went straight by.
Yeah. It's, even if you do call, again, it's just, you could probably make Usidora. It wouldn't be the worst call, but I also don't hate passing the first Chun. Might have turned it off after that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, even better.
That's how all my Chun passes go. Just draw the last one.
Rewarded this time.
And it's
after
really
the-
good he got that because he does have the 1-2-2-2 Pinzu shape.
Yeah.
Which is nice when you don't have a pair.
Gives you the flexibility.
Alright, Crim slowly coming together.
So is Tanya 1K as well. Still with a
Yeah,
Penchan, but other than that, the hand's looking quite good.
Yeah, Ishan 10, but any Sozu Roundman upgrade, you can pick up Tanyao as well. Ooh, 7-pin Hanchan field for Estet. Puts them into Ishan 10. No value though. Oh, upgrade for Tanyao 1K, but elects to keep the Penchan instead of the Tanyao Kanchan.
Not willing to lose the Shantan count. I don't have a choice here, but yeah, just throws it again immediately.
Yeah, it was cheat by Nikuman, Ishan 10. Actually, didn't keep the 2-pin Anko, which is strange because you get a much wider Ishan 10 with 2-pin Anko, especially if you can pair up the Dora.
I mean, now if you pair up the Dora, you're sort of left a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice upgrade there for Estet. Sozu Sanmin-chan.
Yeah, and Tanya 1K did end up drawing the 4 so wasn't punished for cutting the 7 so earlier.
That's Senpai for Estet. 147, so 310 on the 1 so. And all the 1 so's are actually cut, so it's actually just a Roundman. Chi from Tanya 1K. Tenpai waiting on the 3-6, so
What?
2 left.
Yeah, 2 left. There's one of them. And there it
And
goes.
just immediately comes out. Yeah. Tanya
Dora 1.
2K.
Tanya 2K. Takes us into East 3. Supreme having lost their last dealership in last now. Tao Dreaming, again, it's not over if you do take a forfeit, but it will make it hard work in next week. But 2 dealerships left for them to try and come back. Nikki might as well in third now. Behind a set.
Well, Niguman does have 3 Dora here, so if they can Ron or Tsuma or Mangan, definitely can put them into contention for first as Hanchan.
Most definitely.
And did just manage to draw the 3-pin Penchan, I believe.
Yeah. It's a good start. And Tanya 1K as well with some good shapes to work with here. Holding on to the south. But I imagine we'll see it come. There it goes.
Also filled. But now what do you do?
Now you probably
You go for like a 4-pin? 4-pin would be an interesting discard. You set up the Suji trap on the 7-pin. If you end up waiting on that, and then you can still upgrade to an Itsu. But likes to get rid of the Penchan. This way, you can also draw along the Manzu side and have a pair with the 4-pin. Like
so.
now.
Yeah. So 9-pin for now. So Ishan 10 for Nikimon. So would be a potential Riichi Pinfu Dora free.
Nice 6-0 draw there for Tanya 1K. Unfortunately, is stuck with that 7-8 Roundman right now, really relying on the 6-man.
Yep, and the 6-man might be quick coming from a set. For now at least. So you're probably having to draw it.
Alright, there's a tempo for Nikuman. On the Kanchan 8-0 for Riichi Dora 3. All the 8-0 left in the wall. So definitely a big opportunity here for Nikuman.
Yes. Good opportunity for Nikuman. This would really rein in Tanyao 1K. It would give a set a lot of work to do in South 4.
Well, you can't wait.
You can't know. But it always hurts to see.
Yeah, it's also quite nice that Estet's a dealer. Would be a 12k swing if it's a Mangan Sumo.
Yep.
There's the 8-0.
Tanyao 1K did find Tempai here. Would actually head bump on the 8-0, so Nikuman will be forced to draw it now. Which again isn't the hardest thing to do because you do have 3 left in the wall.
Yep, so 3 versus 4. There is a chance that Tanyao 1K ends up folding.
Yep.
Currently in first place. Wouldn't really want to deal into Nikuman heading into South 4. We might see a 6-0 cut here. Yeah, it goes 3-10 on the Champon.
Oh, I missed that it was Furiton. Yeah, and that's really unfortunate for Tanyao 1K. Now you're hoping to maybe find or even a 4-pin's no good. You need to find a 6-pin.
Just similar to Yakapa. No, wait, never mind. Just similar to last 7, so.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, there is no last 7, so.
nope.
There's literally nothing. This is dead.
It's dead. There's the 8-0.
8-0 comes out. And that's massive.
That is big.
So Mangan swing. And actually puts Estet in last.
A loss from Riichi Fingers here is a big deal, especially if Nikuman can somehow take first in this South
Yeah. And if I'm Nikuman, I would go for that first, honestly. That would be such a big win.
6,200 behind. So can't just open this hand really. And Tanyao 1K is not gonna make things easy with the Chun and South pair.
4 pairs here for Nikuman. I think Riichi Tsumo Chitoi is a pretty good way to get first with the hand you're given.
Yes. I think with the hand you're given, it might be the only real way to try and keep pace here. Can't? I don't... Not now,
Keeps
at
it.
least. You don't really need to con. A win here for Tanyao 1K if you manage to get both the Chun and the South is pretty good. 2-pin Nudora. 5-0 was the original one, of which the set has technically 4 Dora.
Yeah, actually potential for Estet to even... No, would be hard to upset first, but definitely could overtake Nikuman with a Hanuman Sumo. Oh, and 5 pairs for Nikuman. I didn't catch that.
Ishan 10 now. If they do manage to draw the extra Chun, will make things a little bit awkward for Tanyao 1K. Obviously they don't need it, but
Wait, why would it be awkward?
well, it's just you know, ideally you're probably hoping to get both. You've already got the South Anko. You're like,
Yeah.
surely
Can't?
surely it can't?
I mean, you can't once already. He's thinking about it.
Big think. No.
Oh, it doesn't. Actually, that must be so weird for other players. Just a South getting paused.
Pulls for that long. You're like, what? Well, now you just probably, if you think about it, you assume they've got the Anko. Or they lagged out, I guess. Nikimon pairing the east, but throws it.
I'm going to east.
Keeping an eye on that, yeah, the Riichi Chitoi, as you said. Might be the most straightforward way to get first there. Cream as well. I did open up. They do want to stay ahead of Riichi Fingers, obviously, if you can help it. So can they tip the Dora? Might just end up with a Tanya Dora 1. A set now as well. Being offered a 7, so it does cut it.
6-0 was cheat by Crim.
Yeah.
Not sure if it was a misclick.
It might have been a misclick. Definitely wasn't necessary.
Nah, just changing the draw order.
Oh yeah, of course. Modifying the draws is obviously very important.
Oh, Tenpai for Nikiman. Wait on the Jun. Yes.
It's on the Jun.
He's won. GG. Well, I'll call in Nikiman for the interview.
So yeah, the Riichi Patsumo Chitoi Dora 2.
No, but Crim also gets Tenpai. Waits on the 5-8 man Champon instead of 4-7 man, which was 3-10. Speaking of 7 man.
This is actually, I think if you want to fold a Tanya 1K, you have to choose to go the salves here.
Yeah. And he correctly does.
And that is going to be problematic for a set. Finds a 2-pin, which obviously was new Dora.
Yeah, actually quite lucky that Nikoma didn't end up on the 2-pin weight.
Mm.
Heinzo is pawned by a set, going for that K10 because if they get Tenpai and Crim isn't for some reason, then they would overtake.
For Man, it's free.
Senman Tsuji.
7-man cleared for Tanya 1K here. 1 Chun still left in the wall.
Four pin.
4-pin comes.
Shove. One more draw. Actually, no more draw. That's the last tile.
That's the last tile. Tanya 1K avoiding Tenpai, which gives them the win in this Hanchan. Over Nikiman in second, Cream in third, a set in fourth. So a very important Hanchan for the point situation.
Yeah, like I said, you don't necessarily have to get first. Nikuman with the second place and Estet coming last is a 50-point swing, so does help fill in that gap.
So yeah, that scores haven't gone in yet because Cheese is having to do tonight.
That's right.
But so you can see if we take into account that swing, that's gonna put Crimson Wanderers within about 50 points, 40 points of Riichi Fingers. No, unless I miscounted. Did I miscount? I must have miscounted. Oh,
I think I updated it, right? Did I update it?
You updated it. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
First of all, did you have any thoughts about the Hanchan as a whole?
It's a great game. It's very lucky that Haneman and the last cheater in the end was very scary because I didn't notice 4-pin was safe.
Oh yeah. So did you notice it before you cut it, or was like afterwards you cut it and you saw that it was safe? Or
Oh, I only saw its game booster after I watched your streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was obviously not the easiest one to see because it's all the way up in the other corner, but yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky in the end.
I guess it's good you didn't try and go for some sort of tempai by dropping like the Chun pair instead of the South.
Oh no, no. I definitely want to fold there just to end the Hanchan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a well defended South 4 for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you said, the Hanuman early on here, that really sort of managed to bring you back into it. We were noticing early. Well, no, it wasn't this one. It was something else. No, it was this one. Originally, when you took this tempai, the 6-man 7 so one, which obviously doesn't feel like a really good tempai to take.
Yep.
It didn't matter in the end because you ended up winning it, but obviously not the 6 so, but the very shortly afterwards you drew the last 7 so here, which was kind of funny. But
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It wasn't. It wasn't really within my consideration at the time, but like all the way until the very last round, I was regretting that maybe I shouldn't reach you because there's only 7 mile left. But I was saying in the voice channel with my teammates that, oh no, this is like an unlucky 3-man waiting.
You must have been upset that out of all the tempais you were given, you got the 6-man with that Ishan 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's quite unexpected, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously this set things up for you. With this Hanuman, you ended up with this sort of a lead where you had about 20,000 points to play with.
Yeah.
I imagine for your team in their position, you're still trying to push for more points regardless. Like, you're not just happy to settle here as much. Like, if you have the opportunity to go for more points, are you still pushing for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's more than expected. But in the end, I mean, I thought you did play out the Hanchan very well. You know, even with, Vidilian and things like that. This is such a quick tempo.
Yeah. It's quite close, like a reasonable tempo.
Yeah. Yeah, did you have any specific hands to ask about choose?
No, I think just in general, it was, from what I saw, it was just a good balance of trying to greed for more points because obviously you want to catch up to the other teams, like going for like that Chinitsu, that one hand and all that, but also once people reach you or whatever, understanding that it's a bit too far to continue pushing, and I think at those points you were already in first place, so you just gotta like hold on to your first and hope in these 4 Hanchans next week that something can happen.
Yeah.
So
It's time to hope for miracle in the next week.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the way that first are, you can still pull it back. You just need to string together a couple of wins, and your team's more than capable of doing it. We've seen you have a great season, so yeah.
Yep.
But as she said, it was just a pretty solid Hanchan for yourself. You got your lead, you played well, you didn't have to mess around too much, and pulled it through for your team. So congratulations again.
Thank you again. I think the only tile now I think about that I regret was like the 2-soul. I think after Riichi, I pushed this 1 2-soul and then I folded.
Do you know where it was?
I can't remember, but I just remember it was quite unnecessary, and I noticed I have a lot of safe tiles. I think it's the one I played 3-5 ping in a row. It's quite close to the end.
It was was it right near the end?
Oh yeah, it's South 3.
So like from here, where you had the opportunity to the 5 pins or
I could fold immediately, which I probably should have, because 2-soul doesn't look that safe, and I don't need to push that hard.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it's sort of 50-50. I mean, you have a good weight. You only
Yeah.
have like one save tile in the 6-0. I
Yeah.
can Nakasuji, sure. So you can argue that.
Yeah.
Like, I think for your situation, like, I think, I can understand pushing the 2-so here. But yeah, if you do want to end up, like, if your whole mentality here is to play safe, then yeah, obviously you had safer choices.
Yeah.
But I guess you went punish this time, so
Yeah. Not punished this time. It's all good.
Not like I said, not the worst decision because there's not that many live Sujis that's been discarded. Pretty
Yeah.
low deal-in rate. So,
Yeah.
you can evaluate each turn as you draw more dangerous tiles when to fold, which you ended
Yeah.
up doing.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
eventually, yeah,
Okay.
like here, or you're able to shift this in the end, but you never really ended up finding anything safe until here, and then you're able to swap.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate in the end because the 8-so you would have head bumped. So
Yeah. Yeah, head
But,
bumping down would be quite dramatic and also place me in a very safe place.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, you're able to
You never
clutch it
know.
out.
Yep.
So yeah, no, congratulations. We'll hope to see you again here next week if you are playing.
Probably my teammates are playing.
Yeah, well, we'll hope to see you on Sunday night when you win it all. Then
I wish I could say that.
always believe.
Always believe.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, yeah, thanks for jumping on.
Thank you so much for
Thanks for
commenting.
joining us.
You're very
For the-
welcome. Hope you have
All
a
right,
good night.
good night.
You too.
Alrighty, so yeah, the score was updated by Cheese. It was less of a swing than we originally thought. So yeah, did bring it down to 80-point gap. So yeah, as Unwise did point out, they did actually gain some points over the course of tonight, but the gap did shorten a little bit in terms of back to Crimson Wanderers. So yeah, still everything to fight for going into next week in terms of first and second. And yeah, this was the kind of start that, well, not so much a start, but this is the kind of game that Tanyao Sensation are looking for. Getting at least one win is the start to getting more wins. So we'll have to see if they can string together some more in next Saturday. Same with Dreaming. They haven't really had much of a chance so far this finals to really show what they can do. Compared to the other teams, have just seem to keep waking up with these monster hands and running away with Hanchans. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, last week, next week.
Yes, last week, next week. So we'll see you back here again on Saturday. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we hope that everyone has a good week and good luck for the teams in the
Good night.
finals.